this is DJ Veronica. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and check out my other videos. I post every Tuesday and Thursday. I make Christian content. So today, something really cool. I want to talk about Christian movies or faith-based movies. I was so thankful a few years ago, back in 2013, I went to see a movie called God's Not Dead, and I was so shocked that they played a movie like this in the theaters, all talking about God. I've never seen anything like that before, and so I love to go out and watch faith-based movies, things that are just very clean and centered around Christ and God in people's lives. So without further ado, I want to show you a lot of them so you can go out and watch. So let's get on with the video. Alright, so the first movie I want to talk about is called The Encounter. I'll probably just give you a short synopsis. I don't want to explain the whole plot of the movie, but let me just show you the cover. There you go. It's called The Encounter. These people, they meet Jesus. He tells them everything he knows about them and tries to explain the gospel to them. They meet him in a diner. It's pretty cool. It's a different kind of movie, so I suggest you go watch The Encounter. Okay, now this movie was absolutely incredible. It's called Risen. That's what it looks like. And it came out in theaters a few years ago. You know, they crucified Jesus. He was put in the tomb. The Pharisees believed the disciples were going to come and steal the body. Of course, Jesus raises on the third day. And then this Roman soldier has the task of finding Jesus' body and finding the disciples. It's a crazy adventure for him. But in the end, he meets Jesus, alive, resurrected after dead. It's an incredible movie called Risen. Another movie, this is called King's Faith. I do recommend it. It's really good about this kid growing up in foster care. He's been in and out of juvie or jail, and he gets out, wants to start his life over. His old gang members come try and find him, and it's just really about his faith and how he continues to trust God while he's still dealing with images and old habits of his past. Okay, now you might know this next movie. It's called War Room. Honestly, it was the #1 movie in America when it came out. This movie blew up everywhere. So many people know about this movie. If you don't know about it, it's all about prayer. This married couple is going through struggles. The married wife, you know, meets this older woman who wants to help her in her marriage. All about prayer. After you watch this movie, you definitely want to go out and pray. It makes you want to pray right away. So War Room is absolutely incredible. You can go out and get it and go watch it. Another movie, it came out recently, it's called Breakthrough. It's based on a true story. This young kid, he's dealing with some struggles in his life because he was adopted. Him and his friends are playing out on the ice, and he falls through the ice. His mother comes in the room where they, you know, tell her, say goodbye to your son. He's been dead. He hasn't had a heartbeat for the past hour. She cries out to the Holy Spirit, says, "Holy Spirit, give me back my son." He gets a heartbeat, and, you know, then they go through a journey of him coming out of the coma that he was in, or trying to wake up, and just fervently praying over her son that, you know, had a medical catastrophe and came back to life after being presumed dead. So this definitely, it makes you cry, but the fact that it's a true story is even more powerful. Next, another movie that I really like, it's called Overcomer. Recently came out. It's a young girl. She's a runner. She's never met her father. Then she meets him while he's he's slowly passing away, and he gets back into her life through some challenges, and she learns her identity in this movie and learns how to overcome the struggles that she's gone through. Another movie based on a true story is called Unplanned, all about abortion. This will answer a lot of questions for some people who don't know too much about abortion or what it entails. But this is based on a true story. Like I said, that also makes these kind of movies more powerful when God is, involved in these people's lives and they go through a very difficult season in their life, very difficult time, and they overcome it. So I definitely recommend this movie called Unplanned. Alright, that is the first of them. Let's go just race through the second half of them. And then, yeah, that's Best Christian Movie Collection, so let's keep going. Another movie is called Courageous. Really good, about cops and their faith and trying to be good fathers at the same time. This movie came out at the beginning of the year. It's called I Still Believe. Also based on a true story of the Christian singer Jeremy Camp and his battle with his first wife and her battle with cancer and how that all plays out, but how he kept his faith through it all. Another really good movie is called Do You Believe? Different characters in this, all of their lives collide in the end. They're all connected at some point. Really, really great film. It's full of different characters and different stories, but it all comes together beautifully in the end. And then the first movie I mentioned, God's Not Dead. There's actually God's Not Dead, and then there's another God's Not Dead 2, and then there's a third God's Not Dead. So this movie completely got me very, very excited that God was talked about so much in a film that was in theaters all across the world, and it's defending, your faith. This young college kid had to battle his professor about his faith, and it's really good. If you've never seen God's Not Dead, definitely go out and watch it. Then there's God's Not Dead 2. This time it's about a teacher just mentioning Christ just in a couple of sentences, and she gets fired, and there's this whole trial. This is a really good movie. And then the last God's Not Dead is called God's Not Dead, A Light in the Darkness. This is about a pastor who his church burns down. He's battling the school, and it's just really hard time for this pastor in this movie, but it's good. It's called God's Not Dead, A Light in the Darkness. Another good Christian faith-based film is called Unbroken. There's a lot I could say about this one. This guy, he's struggling with alcohol. He used to be a runner, but he got hurt, and he gets saved at a Billy Graham crusade in a tent. It's pretty cool. Alright, this one is called God's Compass. It's a really nice story, good, nice faith-based film to watch. Now this movie is called October Baby, also about abortion, but this girl, she's trying to find out, why she's having complications in her adult life, and her parents tell her that she was almost aborted by her birth mother, so she goes on a journey trying to find her birth mom. It's really good. It's called October Baby. And last but not least, this movie is very intense. It's called Victor. It's about drugs, this young kid being addicted to drugs, but then he finds Christ in the end. But yeah, I think it's really great, especially if you know someone who's struggling in that area, for them to watch this. It's great for us to, as believers, fill ourselves up with good things, fill ourselves up with good content. It's not what goes in you that defiles you, it's what comes out of you. But everything that you're filling yourself up with, it's everything that's going to come out of you. And so when we fill ourselves up with good entertainment, worship, music, entertainment that praises the Lord, not saying that you can't ever watch anything else, but movies like this really touch our hearts and our souls and bring us closer to the Lord. So I do recommend that you go out and watch one of these movies. You're not going to regret it. They're very good. And yeah. So thank you for staying all the way to the end of the video. Hope you go out and get one of these movies. If you do, let me know. Let me know anyone that you watched, anything that you like. Make sure to like, subscribe, share this video, I make videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Thanks so much for watching. God bless.